Welcome to Luvnest's 23rd Challenger. As most of you know, the Challenger pool has been reopened since we are in a fresh week of Starcrossed Kings, and we are going to see Luvnest versus Barton, who Luvnest has already defeated once. Let's see if Barton has adapted his strategy in any way, shape, or form. Better take on King Luvnest, playing as U.S. forces here on the right side of Kolodny Ferma Summer against Luvnest's Oster. We've got Armor, Airborne, and Rifle Company versus Luvnest's Lightning War, Mobile Defense, and Close Air Support. So Luvnest is not messing around this game. He's trying hard, for real. Although no Mechanized Assault. Mechanized Assault's quite nice on this map, but Close Air Support, also we have seen him experience plenty of success with that. We know Oster can be very challenging on this map. Allies have a tendency to win. A bit of a tendency to win on this map against Oster because it can be hard to maintain a defensive line. Until, of course, Redistribute Resources kicks in and Anti-Infantry Strafe and all of those nice goodies from Close Air Support or the Strugi or whatever mid-game tool shows up to help save the game from whatever terrible situation you might be in. Barton has fielded 2 riflemen. May throw some elite riflemen on the field. Kinda looks like it. Unless he's just floating a little. See what he chooses to do. Yep, veteran rifleman. Veteran rifleman on the field. He's taking control of the entire south for now. This squad of riflemen going straight up the middle, probably towards the church, and Luvnest is, of course, going to send his pyos straight for this ramp. Wiring that off. His pyos, wiring off some cover positions here with his pyos as well. Grenadiers will jump into this building and deny it to those riflemen. Apparently, they were just a hair from getting inside. But those Grenadiers don't want to engage with only one southeast facing window. Anyway, riflemen will jump in, provide vision. Grenadiers will start firing on them in range. And with only one northwest facing window, the Grenadiers will eventually win over time, but Barton is probably just going to stall in that structure for now while more forces arrive to support. Rear echelon troops continue capturing territory in the south, and this squad of riflemen may not make it to the building, I don't think. Grenadiers beat them to it again. Luvnest will maintain building control, barely, and those riflemen are falling low very quick. They should get out of there. What is this doing? Barton! And he will retreat after taking 3 losses and inflicting almost nothing in return. In fact, Luvnest has lost nothing but 1 IO model to the vetted rifleman over here, which will hit Vet 2. Wait, what? Did that squad get wiped? That squad got wiped! Oh my god, that's 1 corpse vanished and there's the other one. Which means Barton lost a full squad of riflemen just now. Also, thank you for the... I'm sorry, I missed the donation message, but thank you for the donation. But Barton is off to a horrible start. His rifle squad just got wiped. That is extremely bad.
Where's flank security? Don't let him bounce up! Taking fire!
We have a lieutenant reporting in for duty.
This squad of riflemen reinforcing here in the base. We will see Lieutenant Tech from Barton into a quick M20. Hopefully he'll be able to apply a little more pressure to Luvnest with that, whose territory is expanding slightly. He probably feels pretty safe to harass right now since he just got an early squad wipe. These 2 squads making their way back center. There's currently 1 vet rifleman squad on the field to chase away those pyos. You're going to have to skirt around this S-mine field a little bit, which they will be able to do. They'll have to be a little careful about retreating through that, though. Luvnest has got MG42 and fielded it into this building, not moving it up aggressively towards this cutoff.
Squad, get ready!
For now.
Utility car taking the field. Boys, you ready to roll out?
Utility cars on the field, and Barton absolutely must have a dramatic impact with this vehicle after that early wipe on his riflemen.
God damn it! Someone get ready here!
Rifles move into close range over red cover actually against that squad of Grenadiers and lose 2 models on the approach before forcing the retreat. Luvnest takes very minimal manpower bleed right there. Minesweeper piles moving south help take territory, and there's the M20 moving up to engage against
Rifle
the
squad ready for action.
MG42 right there. It is not advancing aggressively yet. It has no armor skirts. Barton may want to move up with his minesweeper to make sure there's no teller mine, no early teller mine, which Luvnest could have planted by now. He's had pretty good map control. The squad of riflemen is circling north past the grenadiers in this building towards the fuel to try and slow down Luvnest's fuel economy. Rifle squad there will retreat, and the minesweeper is circling towards the center
God damn it! Someone get us out of here!
to support the M20. 221 in production for Luvnest to counter the scout car. And Barton will take this opportunity to sweep up this S-mine field with his utility car. Takes minor damage since he doesn't have any armor skirts. Throwing down a mine of his own, by the way, here in the back. And a flamethrower is moving up to force the lieutenant from the church, which will represent Luvnest's first major munitions expenditure, plus, of course, the 222 upgrade on his scout car. Trying to bait the scout car over the mine. 222's not taking the bait and will engage against these lieutenant instead. M20 hovering in this area to try and convince that 222 to take this road. Luvnest does not have access to a minesweeper right now because he went flamethrower on his pyos, so he cannot sweep up that mine, but
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
the car is going to pull back. 222 will continue to hover in the general area, making use of this approach, not the central road and not this road. Good maneuvering by Luvnest to make sure he doesn't hit any sneaky mines. Flamethrower in this building does a little damage to those advancing squads, convinces those to pull back a little bit, and Luvnest now has control of the American cutoff, but not victory point control. Points are still ticking against Luvnest, although they only have been very briefly. He's actually got a 50-point lead over Barton right now. Teller mine going down right there. And now both have a heavy anti-tank mine planted in this road, so that road is quite dangerous for both players. Flamethrower jumps back inside this building, and Grenadiers engaging at range seem to be bleeding those riflemen quite well. This squad moving up on the flank will force the retreat though. M20 moving up into close range on that flamethrower to try and force them from the building and get this cutoff back into American control. Rifle squad here in the north is harassing various territory as well as it can.
Find cover! Find cover!
Half track ready for action. Secured. That was too easy. Damn things are bombing California. Ground's ours. Now spread out. Nice.
Rifleman will connect everything here in the south. Rifle grenade over this hedge. Doesn't hit anything. Nice attempt by Luvnest though. Did not have vision. AA half-track from Barton, who is going very aggressively into light vehicles, leaving himself somewhat open to getting punished by mechanized assault. Well, actually, Luvnest doesn't have mechanized assault in his loadout, so he doesn't have to be too worried about the Stu. He mostly just has to be worried about Ulster Tier 3, but Luvnest may not be going that for some time. He just chose close air support and redistributed his fuel into munitions. Oh no, the M20 hit the teller mine over here. I missed it. M20 hit the teller mine and down it goes. Well, it's better that the M20 dies than the AA half-track, at least. That's something. But he even has a minesweeper on the field. So that is a very unfortunate loss and a very nicely placed mine by Luvnest.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits? Green is
Ambulance on the field for Barton as well, which he will use to heal at these riflemen and lieutenant.
MG-40 on our flank!
AA half-track engaging against these grenadiers over here, and riflemen are getting suppressed by the MG42 in this building. There's the retreat. Minesweeper,
Get ready!
rear echelons take up a position in green cover here by the dead M20. Too late to save the day. There's an LMG upgrade for the grenadiers inside the church, and the rest of Luvnest munitions goes into a second LMG and healing in the base. 222 is fully repaired. AT gun moving up. Flamethrower moving up. Luvnest is about to make another push for Barton's territory, which he will have to try and defend. Luvnest will probably struggle to make it beyond this cutoff with that AA half-track in the area to protect. He's going to try, though, bring the AT gun up to try and push the AA half-track off the field.
We have liberated this sector.
They're killing us!
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Flamethrower forces a retreat from those grenadiers right there, and Lieutenant moves up to engage against those pyos behind that car.
On fire.
222 brings that flamethrower squad low, and it will retreat. AA half-track is going to circle north to try and deal with those grenadiers plus 2 flamethrowers. So that is a lot of flamethrowers purchased by Barton, which hopefully he'll be able to utilize to make a little bit more progress this game. Because clearly, up till this point, he has not been able to get very aggressive towards Luvnest's half of the map. Meanwhile, here in the south, grenadiers will move to take control of Victory Point, while the AA half-track is occupied here in the north.
Crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point being captured.
Get down!
Welcome to the death factory, boys. Stick with me and you might just make it.
Wait till they move!
We need auto tank!
My headphones are making some sort of weird buzzing noise. Do you guys hear that, or is that just me? Can you hear me? Is everything okay? I think we're okay now. That was weird. Alright, moving on.
A capture point is under attack.
Riflemen do land an AT grenade right there on the 222, which will be forced to back up slightly for repairs. This squad of riflemen is going to have to
Gather round. I smell
be
orders.
careful at pretty low health. AA half-track is circling towards the south.
Frag grenades now available for action. We're losing a capture point.
We got a new batch of orders over here. Ready! Fire on flank! Just fire! Under fire!
Oh my god, this headset is driving me insane. I need to buy a new one so badly. I don't know what is wrong with it. Ah.
Krauts have cut our supply line. Frontline units are being hung out to dry.
222 backing away from these riflemen, trying to avoid getting an AT grenade. Smoke grenade is pushing everything back. This MG42 has to back up. 222 has to back up. Here in the south, a Major is being used to help cap territory with the Minesweeper. This lieutenant tosses a grenade in the building, bringing the Grenadier squad inside quite low. There goes that squad with only one squad member remaining, and apparently this machine gun got cleared by what looks like a grenade. Nice toss by Barton, and there could be a wipe on this squad from a flame crit if he gets lucky enough. Wow, survives 2 or 3 flame bursts even. These Grenadiers jump into the building, grenade toss, doesn't kill anybody, and that rifle squad will be forced to retreat. This will be recovered, so no wipes for Luvnest despite some very close calls. And another squad of vetted riflemen has been thrown onto the field for Barton here as well.
Our supply line is cut. Germans are making a push.
Area secured. In contact.
That squad is going to head north, and these
We got orders coming.
squads need to reinforce and heal in the base on this ambulance.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits? Veteran know-how will help us to better prepare our infantry.
What is that maneuver? Oh, that 222 just suicided right into the AA half-track right there.
We're losing a capture point.
That was bad. AA half-track does take a hit from an AT gun. That could kill it. Oh, there it is. Sniped. That snipe. Wow.
Vehicle just got destroyed.
Luvnest perfectly places both of those for that, and the AA half-track goes down, bringing Barton down to no vehicles. But he does have 4 vetted squads of riflemen, 3 of which have flamethrowers with which to engage against 4 LMG Grenadiers and a flamethrower, 2 MGs, 2 AT guns, plus a 50 cal of his own, which he has thrown on the central road. So all light vehicles have been
Capture point is being overrun.
cleared off of this battlefield by both players.
Taking MG42 fire. Under fire.
MG42 setting up in the middle. 50 cal is getting overwhelmed by mass rifle grenades, and it may get wiped here. And that guy flies onto the roof of the church. That was an interesting physics moment. Good chance of a wipe here on that machine gun again. Here's an attempt at recovery on that 50 cal. Those riflemen with the flamethrowers will be forced to focus fire the 50 cal to try and recover it or prevent the steal. And it looks like they will be able to. So they prevent the steal but are not able to secure any of those wipes, unfortunately. Here in the north, grenade tosses on another MG42 and everything will be forced to retreat in this area, so Barton may actually get some territory under his control up here, which is good because he's trading for territory in the south. LMG Grenadiers taking control of his cutoff again.
Under fire.
This rifle squad is going to move to try and counter.
One of our capture points.
Grenade.
Squad is back to full strength.
Keep it up. Don't give up.
The cavalry has arrived. Form up.
Moderate chance of a wipe here. If he gets like some sort of miracle flame crit. No, it's firing at this squad. Rifle grenade into the building does nothing, but he's going to retreat anyway in the face of this much firepower. Doesn't want to stick around for too long. Nice cutoff here by Barton. He gets control of the center victory point and cutoff in the north to shut down Luvnest's economy as he takes back control of his cutoff here in the south. This flamethrower squad will definitely have to retreat very soon. Rifle grenade. Oh no, smoke grenade. Smoke grenade over the hedge to allow these riflemen to make a flanking attempt across the red cover road. Frag grenade is off target. Hit the building, destroying it. And that squad will be forced to retreat, getting away very narrowly. And Barton now has access to the EZ-8 and the fuel for it. He's probably going to throw that on the field next.
Tank support is
Just
here.
called it in. Luvnest, having gone close air support, of course, has no armor of his own. Hitting 10 CPs will have the anti-tank strafe available to him. I don't see any teller mines, but of course he does still have his 2 AT guns. And huge access to Panzerfausts, so that Easy 8 will only be able to do so much. We'll see what Barton chooses to do with it. He could probably chase off this squad in the south easily, and it looks like that's what he's going to go do first. Here in the north, his rifles without the flamethrower, taking control of fuel, maybe doing some back capping. Well, they have an opportunity. 2 AT guns making their way back center, Grenadiers taking the munitions under control, and this Grenadier squad will be forced to retreat away from that Easy 8 here on the munitions point.
Not let up. The enemy still has 300 points.
Rifle squad takes control of the fuel point here, and they will be forced to retreat. Easy 8 moves up here to engage against these Grenadiers. Ooh, that was a good opening hit right there. Squad will be forced to retreat. MG42 moves to capture in their place. Minesweeper rear echelons will slowly capture everything back here in the south, while Barton starts making his way to the front line for another push. He might consider moving his ambulance up on a major retreat point. He has gone major, interestingly enough, by the way. Kind of late for it, honestly. The game's been so lethal that he's already got access to Easy 8s before he ever had access to Shermans. So anti-infantry strafe is too late to prevent the retreat on those Grenadiers. They'll just stand back up. Lieutenant moves to recover the 50 cal here in the center. We'll get it under his control. Here in the north, flamethrower squad. Wait, is that an M6? No, Telemark right there on the road. Rifle grenade from Luvnest. Minor damage, does not pop the flamethrower. Panzer IV moving up to engage here in the middle. So Luvnest, despite knowing his opponent had an Easy 8, that wipe! That wipe! Wow, good return on investment already. Lieutenant dead instantly. AT gun taking shots at the Easy 8. Connects twice. That's going to have to pull back for some repairs. Here in the north, riflemen are falling low to LMG Grenadiers at range. And these riflemen will be forced to retreat from LMG Grenadiers as well. Oh, jeez. 2 wipes on that P4 already. It just hit the field. Lieutenant dead, flamethrower rifleman squad dead, and Luvnest is now going to start getting aggressive with his tank a little bit. He does have access to an anti-tank strafe and another redistribute if he wants to utilize it. AT guns moving up to support the Panzer IV against the Easy 8, and because Barton went Lieutenant Major, he has no access to AT guns at all. With which to counter this thing, he might consider bazooka research, maybe? Because he's not going to get out another tank for a while, and if he gets cut off, it'll be a long while. If he doesn't get cut off, it'll actually be potentially soon. He's actually got a bit of manpower float, and he is tier 4, so he might go Jackson. But Jackson might be over-investment into anti-tank against close air support. Anti-infantry strafe into the base, plus Duke a dive bomb on the ambulance. Move, ambulance! Oh wait, that wasn't on the ambulance at all. I don't know. I think he thought Barton was going to retreat into that. But he didn't, so whatever. Panzer IV moves up to engage against those riflemen right there. Destroys a little bit of their green cover, but nothing other than that. Kiting slightly backwards. He should not be clumping like that. Definitely should not be clumping like that. Oh my god, that rifle grenade! There goes another rifle squad.
Stukas ready for bombing mission.
Pio has moved to take control of the victory point and strategic point there in the south. There's one rifle squad hanging out on the fuel point, desperately clinging to what little territory Barton has remaining.
Reconnaissance flight set to go. That's everyone. Grenadiers ready.
Panzer IV does need some healing. This squad of Pios is on its way, the other one busy capping here in the south. Riflemen should be able to push that lone squad of Pios away. Panzer IV is on its way to counter. Easy 8 needs to be careful. This wall is extremely dangerous for any units to walk into. Barton should probably start trying for the north and south rather than the center cutoff, since clearly he doesn't have the tools to break through this.
Well done. We have forced the enemy down to 200 points.
Oh, there was another stupid dive bomb. I missed that one, but it does destroy the ambulance and inflict some damage to that rear echelon troop squad. So that's Barton's ambulance destroyed. Anti-infantry strafe coming in on the 50 cal will pin it down. LMG Grenadiers shoving it back into the base. Rifle squad in the south does get pushed away by the Panzer IV. Easy 8 is going to make an attempt on the Panzer IV, going south. It uses its shot against the Grenadiers. The Easy 8 does not have access to prioritized vehicles, unfortunately. Faust bounces on the Easy 8's frontal armor and range. AT guns moving up, push the Easy 8 all the way back into the base for some repairs. The remainder of Barton's extremely wounded army is making a push for this strategic point. Major making a harassment attempt up here is forced away and drops major artillery? No, white phosphorus on the machine gun, so it will back off slightly. Stray shell does do some damage to that AT gun right there.
Reconnaissance Stuka, fueled and ready to fly.
Receiving fire!
That squad will retreat. Easy 8 takes a shot through the building. Apparently that's possible. I think it has something to do with the building being destroyed and like how high the walls are. I don't really know how it works, honestly. Sometimes you can do that. Major just died. Looks like this is pretty much GG. Luvnest taking game 1 with 433 victory points. That's an Axis victory, Osterre victory from the left side base. 433 VPs could prove very difficult for Barton to top in game 2.
We have our reinforcements.
Getting a bit loud here!
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Minesweeper has to retreat from the north. These 3 squads lobbing into a machine gun are just going to have to retreat again. Barton has the fuel for one final tier 4 unit to make some sort of last gasp.
Arms incoming. The adversary has slipped to 100 points. We are losing a sector.
Trying to hit us from the rear!
Attention, will go right by me.
Awaiting order!
We are under panzer attack.
Grenadiers backpedaling slightly from these 2 rifle squads. Easy 8 going in on those Pios. Pushes them back. Luvnest pulling back oddly defensively at this point. Not sure what he's so afraid of. Just pulled everything away from Barton's cutoff. Throwing some defenses down. Tellermines here in the back. Just trying to maintain victory point control, I guess. Easy 8 moves up to engage against that. Panzer IV gets a shot off. Penetrates. Panzer IV a little above half.
Enemy is down to 75 points.
Only 75 points remaining for Barton. Anti-tank strafe on that. Easy 8 arrives quite quickly. Good lord. That's ridiculous. And there it is. GG. Luvnest takes it. Well played, Luvnest. Let's see if Barton can recover from this in game 2.